Morning.
Creeks weren't too high over your way.
Not yet. Living the weather.
Oh, yes. I love this weather. It's wonderful.
It's hot in here.
It is warm in here. I'm already sweating today.
I know. You're looking bad.
We are good to go.
Right. Where we at, right? Oh, thank you. Done a while.
Sure, okay, you got a paper. Okay. I was about to go around and see if everybody got a paper. How you doing, Steve?
I got one.
All right.
Thanks for Richard.
How's harvest going? All right. I guess rain just slows you down at this point.
Stop. Mark.
Right. Right. Soybeans out here.
That's a good sign.
Yeah, this is good. Yeah,
It's better, you know, it does come out of the back today.
you both have history in Springfield. Decatur, you know, they have a bunch of standard factors, so they're least sales stuff, they still do not.
They got one.
Okay. And boy, I mean, this time of year, it was stink in that town. Oh my. I remember traveling up there as a kid to basketball games or whatever. Boy, the whole town was smelled.
Yeah, I worked, construction. I worked there. Well, back then it was Stakes.
Yeah.
But Staley's gone now.
So his family ain't old and he can't
I guess it's here. Can't think of the name.
Sure.
But it was a,
Thank you. Thank you.
stage.
Spoke to Richard, I wanted to know if you drove it.
We're going to slow.
Oh, I know.
Well, you couldn't rest aside.
I was like sure.
Looks like somebody clobbered you.
With the trolling, I
During
did.
that?
Like trolling.
Good day.
Okay.
Oh, I don't know.
Starting to drop.
Wow.
Wow. Inside, it was a smoke.
I got lost with that.
That's scary.
All inside.
All this, I didn't get called. Yeah. Gotta have some.
It was a nice one. Height.
Right.
Well, Chase was first, getting through the wall.
Right. Yeah.
Trapeze
Oh,
artist.
yeah. Sounds like.
Did you get your?
I think I'd rather have a different job.
Well, that was in the eighties.
Oh.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, my father called this morning, said she's gonna do it.
Yeah, well, she's.
That early 80s when inflation was crazy and all that.
No, inflation was
He has
first.
all of our.
Oh.
Well, there's still inflation, but
Section.
it's getting less.
Oh,
Yeah.
I just,
I had a CD.
I was gonna say, yeah, I remember that as a kid, like when I was on TV.
My wife is a teacher. She
Just about.
Which one?
Yep.
I need two. You all have ideas.
How you doing, Shirley?
How was that?
All right, we'll take it.
attacked my
Wow. Oh, you're 29, so I'm not surprised.
Two ice.
Try again next time.
So y'all leave tomorrow? All right.
Well, actually, probably you'll watch
I better scoot back in case anybody else shows up, because all the seats are taken. It's a good problem. I don't like moving this thing. Why they be a solid pulpit, I'll never understand. Can you still see me now? Good.
And jelly. Yeah.
We had some thunder boomers last night.
Oh, man.
Wow.
Yeah, we got a good power outage too.
Did you?
Yeah.
What time?
There's no happenings. I woke up to clocks blinking.
I didn't have any blankets, so I must sit up here. These are the good things. I'm kind of wrong on that.
All right. Well, good morning, everyone. I want to welcome everybody. Next week, I'm going to be absent. I'm going to be officiating my cousin's wedding in Indiana. So I'm looking forward to that. That'll be a good time. Bob is going to substitute for me here in Sunday school, and he's got an announcement. Go ahead, Bob.
My heart on it there, and I think it'll make for good study for all of us. If nothing else, for a reminder, because we probably don't read all of it all the time. I know that when I got into it, I know Josh has covered a lot of it and covered it, but we don't study it continually. But it's on Abraham, Isaac, and Jesus. Okay, and so there's gonna be a little things in there that maybe we might not think we all know the story, okay? So if you would, I'm gonna ask a favor of you, all right? And if you get some study time this week on it there, would you please read Genesis 10 is full of lineage, and that's boring. Okay, I realize that. But there are tidbits in there that you can pick up on and everything that will lead you into 11, and these are chapters, okay? Genesis 11 through 18. And then everybody knows about when Christ came, so you can read the 4 Gospels all you want. And they tell you plenty. And I hope that I can bring something fresh into our minds. But if you will just kind of, during your study time, do that for me. And I'll look forward to being here with everybody on it there and hopefully bring something on it there.
Okay, thank you, Bob.
Thank you.
All right. Well, we're in 1 John chapter 2, so if you want to turn there, we are starting with the 7th verse. 1 John chapter 2, starting with the 7th verse. We are going to be reading today some unique language. John is a unique writer. He's probably the most unique in the New Testament. If you were to nail down Luke, for example, you would say that he's very detailed, tells you things in the detail that nobody else does. He's obviously prolific, writes a lot. He's very specific. He can be personable. He can also be, let's say, to the point. And Mark is to the point, just the facts, ma'am. If you like a gospel, it's just 1, 2, 3, 4, read the Gospel of Mark. But John's writings are poetic, and they are often touching on things that others did not. So let's read 1 John chapter 2, starting with verses 7 and 8.
Not writing a new commandment, but the old commandment which you have heard, that you have had. A new commandment to you, which is true in him, and it, because the darkness is passing away, and the true light is already shining.
Okay, thank you, Jim. Did you read that like I did? But I am not writing a new commandment to you. Verse 8, on the other hand, I am writing a new commandment to you. Now that's John. That's John. And you know, if you've listened to different preachers and stuff, and I know you have, you just flow with, right? Like you just get their style, you're in. Others of them are like fingernails on a chalkboard. And all of you are saying, yes, Josh, we get it every Sunday. We understand. No, I'm kidding. At least to some degree. But you just know that certain things just agree with the way your flesh feels and other things don't. Well, John can be like that. For some of us who are more poetic and into English and language and like the idea of exploring ideas, John's our guy. But if you're a 1, 2, 3, 4 logic, get to the point, just the facts, ma'am kind of person, John can drive you a little crazy. Because nobody writes like John. When you study the Gospel of John, it's very different than the other 3 Gospels. There's all kinds of marketed differences. And John doesn't focus on a chronology necessarily. John doesn't focus so much on the events of Jesus' life outside of the rooms. He's focused on what Jesus has to say and who he is. This is beautiful in a way, because if we were all the same, what would that be like?
Boring.
Boring. Not just boring, but really non-functional. It has to tell us. So he just wrote what he did in 7 and 8 to preface what he's going to say verses 9 through 11, which is really the meat of today's lesson. So would somebody read verses 9 through 11?
And the one who says he is in the light